After Viserys' death, Sir Otto and the small council plot to crown Prince Aegon. Sir Criston kills Lord Beesbury, who opposed the scheme. Kingsguard Lord Commander Harold Westerling resigns in protest. Otto keeps Viserys' death a secret to fortify the council position, then coerces the noble houses to switch their allegiance to Aegon. Those resisting are imprisoned or hanged. Otto and Alicent discuss on whether to kill or exile Rhaenyra and separately rush to find and influence the missing Prince Aegon. Otto finds Kingsguard brothers Sir Eric and Sir Aeric Cargill, while Alicent tasks Criston and Prince Aemon. The Cargills find Aegon first, but Criston and Aemon forcibly take him. Lord Larys tells Alicent that spies, including Lady-in-Waiting Talia, are within the Red Keep. Alicent approves eliminating the head spy. Alicent persuades a resistant Aegon to claim his birthright. King's Landing citizens are herded into the Dragon Pit to witness Aegon's coronation. Princess Rhaenys, refusing to support Aegon's claim, is held captive. Eric frees her, and she enters the Dragon Pit caverns. Astride her dragon Maelys, she violently breaches the grand hall underneath the oblivious citizens, causing mayhem and deaths. Maelys roars at the onlooking royals before Rhaenys flees King's Landing on Dragonback. Thanks for stopping by the Surge T channel. I am Surge T. That is the synopsis of episode 9 of season 1 of House of the Dragon, titled The Green Council. And might I say, that visual, before she rode off, Rhaenys looked badass. I liked the way she looked at Alicent and Aegon and Otto Hightower and the rest, as if to say, there's nothing you can do. I'm gonna go tell Queen Rhaenyra of your little plot. I mean, they show the next episode and it's on. War is broken out. You see them preparing the dragons. You see it's on. And I am really just I'm looking forward to the last episode of this season. Yes, this season came out last year, and the last episode was the 22nd of October. But, or 23rd, I should say. But, being busy, I just didn't get around to watching this. And I'm a big fan of the Game of Thrones. And when they announced this, I really couldn't wait for it to come. And then when it did, I was busy. Other things to doing, a lot of things happening in my life, so couldn't get to it. But we're here. And it really does look going to be a great finale. You know, the way Alicent came upon what she believes, within her heart, she's honestly feels that her husband was talking to her, telling her on his deathbed, his final wish was that Aegon ascend to king. You know, he's the true heir. He's going to be the one. But Aegon, no, not that Aegon, but the Aegon in Viserys' dreams. That's what he was, and he thought he was talking to Rhaenyra. Now, I was thinking the whole time when I watched this episode, because you don't see any of them. You don't see Daemon. You don't see Rhaenyra. You don't see Rhaenyra, I should say. And, you don't see their kids. You don't see the granddaughters of Rhaenys. You don't see any of them. And all I'm thinking is that these guys are planning this. I mean, Alicent has a good heart. And she just wants what's best for her son. She believes in her son, and she feels like she got the blessing from her husband that their son, their firstborn, Aegon, is to be king. and she wanted to go about it in a honorable way, the right way. And then she finds out at the small council there that her father and the rest of them were all plotting, waiting for this day to happen that you know Viserys dies, and then they could put into play, you know, making Aegon the king. Aegon is twisted. You know what, man? There's these underground fight pit things, and it has children with sharpened nails and teeth and everything, and there was an illusion. Somebody alluded to the fact that there was a kid, blonde hair, looks just like Aemon and Aegon, and is as one of Aegon's kids. And the guy goes, Aegon's, and then the guy goes, one of many. And you know that he's spreading the seed all over the place. So yeah, of course he's going to have a bunch of kids here and there. It wouldn't be a king, if he wasn't like that, right? I mean, you know how they have their like mistresses and their side pieces and what you want to call it, having babies left and right, bastards as they call them. And she finds out about their plot, and Lord Beesbury, a very honorable guy, knows he knew Viserys for many years, and I don't know if Sir Criston meant to kill him. He just slammed his head against the plate, but there's this object on it, and I guess that's how he ended up having his head bashed in. Or maybe he meant to do that. That's his queen. That's who he protects, and if anybody raises their voice to him, or even, says anything, that speaks ill of his queen, he's going to do what he has to do to protect her. But like going back to Aegon, yeah, doing that. I mean, he raped the bar, the what do you call it, the one girl in the last episode, and he's going around these whorehouses and he's frequenting these bars and whatever you want to call it, these places that houses of ill repute and all that. And is he fit to be king? I mean, he doesn't even want to be king. Aemon does. He's willing to accept it and the responsibility and all that. He likes the adventure in it. But his brother even said, his older brother Aegon even said, I'm not fit. I'm not suited to be king. And then Aemon goes, yeah, you got that right. Might I add, man, that Aemon, man, I like the older Aemon's look, man. He looks badass. He looks just like his uncle. He looks like Daemon. And I really, really like just watching him and just his mannerisms and the way he totally just embodies that Daemon. He looks just like him. He really acts like him. He's very, confident. He's stride when he walks. It's just like, no one can touch me, no one can beat me up, no one can take me. Remember how he was when he was a kid. And then his total 360 from when he used to be. I think as soon as he got that dragon, as soon as he was able to get that dragon and control the dragon, that was it. He was just like, he was transformed from that moment on. But all of this pretty much just setting putting themselves in front of Rhaenyra, pretty much just usurping her and being like, we're gonna have Aegon be the king, and she doesn't even know that. Neither one of them know in Dragonstone that the king has passed away. And then in the next episode, you see, I believe I saw Aemon there, but you see, of course, Rhaenys, I should say, telling Rhaenyra about the plot and what's happened now, and that they said, heck with you and your claim, you being named heir by your father. Aegon has been named king, or the heir, the true heir. I mean, I don't know if that ceremony was legit. I don't know if it was, or it's just like a ceremony just to place him there, and he'll be king at a later, more, I think it was just for show. because they herded all of those people and from that town there, from that place there, put them in that dragon pit, and you know paraded Aegon through them, and the whole thing with the swords up, and every time you would pass a sword, they go down. They you know, kind of reminds me of like some military weddings and stuff like that. They do that, and it was all show. Was it real? Was it legit? Or was it just to show the people that this is your king, and then they're gonna have a legitimate ceremony later on? At first, you see Aegon looking at his family, looking for approval. They all nod their head. I don't know. I don't think Aemon did, but his sister, and then mom, and then his grandfather, and everybody else there. And then the crowd was kind of looking at him, and all of a sudden they start clapping. And then he got nothing from that at first, and then they start clapping, start cheering, and then you see his eyes just like you saw a light go on, like, oh man, I think I'll like this. I think I like this after all. And then he just takes the sword and he starts, pointing it in the air and thrusting his arms up. And all of a sudden, boom, this, I don't know, I thought it was an explosion. I thought that, but no, it was, Rhaenys on her dragon, pretty much taking out about a good third of the people in the crowd. And then kicking with his tail, kicking them left and right, people flying and stuff. And then you thought, and even Alicent thought that this is it. She closes her eyes and she's anticipating the dragon blowing them, just because she could easily have done that. Rhaenys could have easily just did that and that's it. No war, no nothing. But she realized that, hey, there's a mom there, there's a mother there. She can identify with Alicent. I'm not going to do that. Let's just take the war to him. And the dragon blows, just yells, without blowing fire, it just roars at him. And it was almost like I could have ended it there. Rhaenys was pretty much saying, you made a mistake in imprisoning me. So now I'm on my way, and I'm going to tell Rhaenyra, Daemon, and the rest. And then you see them preparing for war. It's the season finale, and I must say, like I said, I'm looking forward to this last episode, and then pretty much counting the days, the time until season 2. There's people that they have like dusty thumbnails and are going, oh no, I'm not looking forward to season 2 if it goes this way, something like that. And I'm like, the season was really, really good. And of course, gotta watch the last episode, because who knows, the last episode might be bad and then it ruins the whole season. I can't talk too far into the future and go, yeah, it's a great season. I'm gonna wait for the last one, but so far so good. No, not a weak episode. I really, really liked the storytelling. I really liked the characters. I like how everything interweaves. There's no like part of the episode that it doesn't fit with anything else. It's just like, why is this there? And when everything else was going good, everything weaved into each other. I like the age progression. I like when they go forward in time. It doesn't really take anything away, because you're not asking, okay, what happened in those 6 years? They actually do talk about it, but it's almost like the 6 years, the first leap, and then 10 years, the next leap. Or was it 3 years and then 10 years? Yeah, something like that. Or no, it was 6 years and then 10 years. And you're not going, man, what happened in those years? It's just like the way they age the kids to young adults and stuff like that. And of course, the change of actresses for Alicent and Rhaenyra. I missed the younger ones because I really, especially Millie Alcock, she really is a great actress, and I love her performance as the younger Rhaenyra. And Emma Darcy is someone who, yes, I do enjoy her, and she deserved her nominations, or she's been nominated for awards for her performance, so good on her. And I enjoyed this episode. It was one of the episodes where I really, really enjoyed just watching it, and the progression and how they were plotting and what they were doing and what they're willing to do to get Aegon to be king, all based on a misunderstanding. I mean, Otto Hightower believes his daughter, Why would she lie? Even though there's some people even on the council, poor poor Lord Beesbury, he got his head bashed in for his troubles. He didn't want to. He didn't believe that. I mean, she could easily just be saying it, and why would anybody believe her when she was the only one there? There's no other witnesses. Not like her handmaiden was there, or her or Sir Christ or Kristen was there. No, it was just her and Viserys. But it's all about just treachery, really, deception, backstabbing. She loves Rhaenyra, does Alicent, but then at the same time she wants to see her son be the king. She thinks that he's the rightful heir, especially after what she heard from Viserys. Even though he thought he was talking to his daughter Rhaenyra, she believes that. So there's no treachery on her part. But what the underhandedness and the sneakiness and all that deceit by her dad and the small council, and she doesn't even believe in her dad anymore. She doesn't see her dad as the dad that she looked up to when she was younger. She sees him as a different person for what he really is. And she didn't expect to find out that her dad and the small council were, the Green Council, I guess you call it. That's the name of the name of the episode. Were plotting behind her back, pretty much. She got mad. So now it's on to the next episode and war breaking out and seeing who comes out on top and who is going to fall to the wayside. What's going to happen with Rhaenyra and her claim to be the true heir and future queen to sit on the throne? Or is Aegon going to step it up and he's going to now say, you know what, I didn't want this, but you know what, now I want it. So you're going to see him probably fight for it as well. But like I said in that preview, I think I saw Aemon there and Dragonstone. Could have been a quick intercut and he probably was on side with Otto Hightower and them, but I don't know. But they might have Rhaenyra might have her brother on her side, but we'll see. But anyway, that is my video for episode 9 of season 1 of the House of the Dragon, or House of the Dragon, titled The Green Council. A very good episode, a very good build up and a setup for the final episode of this season. Like I said, I'm looking forward to it. Then I can't wait to see how it ends and how much of a cliffhanger we're going to be left on for season 2. But anyway, like I said, that's my video. So for those of you who stopped by and checked it out, I appreciate it. And in closing, as always, take care.